How goes it once more? Tonight I shall read from the great book that I have found here in my living room, called Little Miss Stubborn and the Unicorn, a fascinating read for many of the people in Portrush and adjoining areas. I shall read it differently than many readers would, by looking at the pictures. Little Miss Stubborn is confronted by three mules. Nay. She looks angry, as do the mules. After that brief encounter, she is walking along a field with it raining down, picnic box in hand, puddles adorning the field, trees line the background, although with her blue nose she smiles. She makes her way to the top of a hill. This is crazy. It is pouring down with rain, as in Portrush we would be used to. Although she places a red and yellow checkered blanket upon the floor. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, many t-shirts in fact. With cup of tea in hand, she enjoys the rain, like Ramore Head in the middle of July. Next page, another girl, Little Miss Chatterbox, I know this, because her mouth is widely open, confronts a unicorn with a horn, trees also in the background. Back to Little Miss Chatterbox, who, as the name would suggest, is chatting, this time on the telephone, an old one with the rings around it, also a ring dial. You do not see them many times more. Next page, Mr. Bump is lying under the arse of a horse. This is a children's book, and he is purely in the way of bestiality or thinking of it. But for the basis of the story, we will think he has fallen over, as his name would suggest. Now he is stalking Little Miss Chatterbox in the background with bandages upon head and belly. She is oblivious to the fact, eyes closed, walking along. This time she will not fall, as she is not Mr. Bump. Mr. Bump will stalk her anyway, gleaming eyes looking at her backside. Now Little Miss Sunshine appears, and hence her name, the sun appears in the sky. She is riding the unicorn in the way you would ride a horse, on its back. She stops with Little Miss Chatterbox, arms folded cross. A little yellow bird sits listening to their conversation. She is telling her about a unicorn. The unicorn is now being tickled by two long arms. The long arms obviously belong to Mr. Tickle, as the name would suggest, again, tickling. Now, as the name would suggest, Little Miss Greedy meets the unicorn feeding it a bun, although if I were Mr. Greedy, I would eat the bun myself. The unicorn has now obviously ate the bun and made its way along to Mr. Muddle, who is not, in the rhyming sense, in a puddle, but standing in a field of daisies, talking to the unicorn. Now the unicorn sticks its horn into the sky, where an apple tree happens to be and picks apples out with its horn. Little Miss Chatterbox has found it. She pulls its horn, pulls and pulls and pulls, harder and harder. The unicorn enjoys this but does not pop the horn off. It does not come off the horn. Little Miss Chatterbox is disgusted by this. She does not believe in unicorns. And that's how it ends. Little Miss Stubborn, as the name suggests, says, I still do not believe in unicorns. A very interesting read, indeed. I have met many unicorns in my time, though would not be through walking down the Portrush Street. More from other substances like mushrooms you can eat. That rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I must go now. Farewell, adieu. I shall see you in the morning. I think that's the name of the song. Thank you for listening. Good night.